Okay, so hello YouTube. So I'm starting a series on Solidworks basics tutorial for beginners. So the first series is going to be on the Solidworks sketch tutorials. As we know that for drawing any 2D part, for making any 3D part, first we need to draw its 2D sketch and then we need to convert it into 3D. Unless and until we know how to draw a 2D sketch, we cannot create a 3D part. So let's start. So first of all, take new. Here we have part. Click on part, click on OK. Bottom here we have units. So you can choose any unit you want. I'm going to choose mmgs, that is millimeter gram second. Okay. So as this is the user interface of the SolidWorks, now the very first thing is there are three planes. So there is front plane, there is top plane, and there is right plane. Now these are all planes that are by default hidden. If you want, you can unhide them. So just left click on anyone, and here on this eye option, this is a view option, here click on show. Do this for all. Okay, so see, these are the planes. So we need to draw, we can draw a 2D sketch in any of this plane, and then we can extrude it. Now which plane we need to choose to draw depends on the 3D object that we are making. Okay, so for now I'll just again hide all these planes to make a clean view. And see, this is the origin point. You can also hide the origin point if you want. So if you go over the tabs which are above here, you can see these are the various add-ins. Now the very first is the features. So in this feature ribbon we have all these options, but these options we will see when we will start the part design. Now the first thing that we need to see is the sketch. So click on sketch. So these are all the options that we needed to see, okay, in this sketch. Now one thing, the way you can enter into sketch is, first you can left click on this sketch, and then you will be prompted with all the three planes. You can choose any one of the plane. For example, if I choose front plane, and you will directly enter into the sketch. Now you can see all these options were gray first, but now they are ready to draw. Okay, now I'll just exit. For exiting out of the sketch, this is the exit option, and for deleting the entire sketch, this is the cut option. So I will delete cut changes in sketches. Just click this cut. Okay, now the another way of entering into the sketch, which is a more faster way, is just click on the any of the plane over here, left click, and then you will be prompted with this bar over here, and here you can just click on sketch. Okay. So this is a more faster way, as you won't always be, because whenever you open the SolidWorks, first you will be greeted with features. So rather than going on sketch and then clicking on sketch and then selecting plane, this is a more faster way to enter into sketch. Now as soon as you enter into sketch, you will be prompted with this origin point. So it is recommended to always draw the sketch, whatever you draw, above this or over this origin point. Okay, so you cannot draw something like here and then you can extrude it. That will make a problem. Okay, because there is no reference for this drawing. But if I make this and drag it to the origin point, now there is a reference. So you have to always draw with reference so that there is no error while you extrude them or while you make a 3D out of a 2D drawing. Okay, so now as we are into the sketch, now to make the sketch faster, the primary way that we draw is what? We select all these lines, circle, spline, all this fillet, rectangle, polygon from this upper side. Now this increases a lot of speed, as you have to always select and change, and then when you finish, as for example if I choose line, and after you finish using line, you need to right click on select, or you need to press escape on your keyboard. So this increases your time a lot. So the faster way of doing this is what? You can just over the setting option here, drop down, go to customize. When you go to customize, here you go to mouse gestures. So mouse gestures is what? So see, this is for part, the part gestures, this is for sketch gestures. So in the sketch gestures, what I have selected is, on the upper side there is smart dimension, 3R point, line, circle, rectangle. Now this you can customize according to yourself. Okay. So I have used this much. So now what I just want to do is, I have to just hold and press the right click of my mouse, and I have to just drag up. So I take circle. Okay. If I drag up and leave, I took smart dimension. If I again press right click, drag left, I took line. Again press right click, drag, took right, I snapped onto the circle. Again press right click, drag down, I choose a 2-point rectangle. So this increases your speed a lot. Instead of directly going and selecting all the whatever you want from the upper side and then pressing escape, selecting it like this increases your speed a lot. Okay. Suppose again if I choose line, now if I choose circle, now if I choose rectangle, so this way your speed increases a lot faster. And I will always recommend you to keep the left hand, one finger on the escape button. Okay, because you always have to press escape whenever you exit, and that so increases your speed a lot. So now let's start with the exercise. So first exercise, see, first of all take a line. When you take a line, whatever geometry you want to draw a rough geometry. So suppose I want to draw a horizontal point. As soon as I snap, take it onto horizontal, there will come a horizontal symbol just below the line arrow. Okay, you see it, and there they are also showing that the length, which is 87.85 and at 0 degree. So I am not interested in length because I am going to use smart dimension afterwards, but the degree I am interested in. So as soon as you snap horizontal, it is showing you 0 degree. So this is how you can snap onto the horizontal. And vertical, see, again it is showing 90 degree, then 180, then again 90. Okay, so this is very important. So I will just, you have to always draw a rough geometry, whatever you want to draw, and then we will give constraints and smart dimension, which will ultimately make the geometry fully constrained. Okay, and see how I am taking reference. Now I want this line to be vertical with the origin point. So see, I can just hover onto the origin point and then drag it upward. So see, it is vertically constrained with the origin point. Again this point, now I want to be constrained with the horizontal line. So I took it to the horizontal line and it is constrained over there. Now this I want to be parallel with this line. So see, I took it, drag it up here, and see it is constrained. And here, and I will just join here. So that's it. Now what are the constraints that I want to do? So first of all, I will do all the dimensions. For smart dimension, you can select smart dimension here. I am just pressing hold the right click and dragging it upward using the mouse gestures. Okay. So this is smart dimension. Now this line and this line are separate line, but if I want the entire distance to be calculated, what I will do, I will select this line and this line, and this distance is going to be 120. Okay, now this distance is going to be 30. This angle between this line and this line is going to be 90 degree. This distance is going to be 5. This horizontal line distance is going to be 25, and this line distance is going to be 20. Okay, but now if you see, there is no constraints to the drawing, therefore it is not looking nice. So now to make the line constraint, what I will do is, see, this 120 line, I want it to be equally divided over the origin point. Okay, So I want from this origin point till this line, the distance should be 120 divided by 2, that is 60. So again I will take smart dimension from here to here, it is going to be 60. So see, now it is equally divided on both the sides. Now what I want is this point has to be vertical with this point. So what I will do, I will select this point and then the origin point, and on constraint I will select vertical. You can also select the vertical constraint from here, okay, whichever constraint you want. Now I want this line to be parallel with this line. So I will select this line, press Ctrl, select this line and make not parallel, actually collinear. Collinear is the option, okay. So make collinear. See, both of them are collinear now. Now I want the length of this equal to the length of this. So I can also do again give here a 5, but instead of doing that, I have already given 5 over here. So what I will do, I will select this line and make equal. So see, now I want this line and this line to be collinear. So I will select this line, then select this line and make collinear. There you go. Okay. Now I want this point also to be collinear with this line. So what I will do is select this point and make horizontal. So now the entire sketch is fully defined. How? I will just make a Ctrl Z. So see, before giving the last constraint, the geometry, whichever line which is fully constrained means it has 0 degree of freedom. For example, this line, it cannot move sidewise, it cannot move upward or downward or rightward, right? So it is fully constrained, therefore it is showing as black. The line which is not fully constrained, that is, for example, if I select on this point and I move, so see, it can move, right? So it is not fully constrained. It is constrained vertically, but another constraint are not given, that's why it can move. So this means that the geometry is not fully constrained, which will give an error if we during the creation of a 3D part. So to avoid that, always we have to make the drawing fully constrained, that is, the entire drawing should be black. Okay, so that is why I see what is so see, this point is moving up and down, that is, it is not horizontally constrained. So what I did, I selected this point and this point, made it horizontal, and see, now the entire geometry is, or the entire drawing is fully constrained, it is entirely black. Okay, so this is how this is the most basic part of the 2D sketching. Okay, so I will cover another exercises also, so carefully watch this video and make a part of your own also. So that's it, and now I will start with the another video. Okay, thanks.